Hello everyone, so I have shared quite a few recipes using ingredients such as amla, brahmi, hibiscus, and fenugreek, and one of the most common questions that I have been getting is where to actually find these herbs. So today I will be addressing those questions. Now, if you live near an Indian food store, you should be able to find most of the ingredients that I mention in my videos. However, if you do not live near one like myself, these herbs can be a little bit more difficult to find. And I actually end up doing most of my shopping online because it's just kind of hard to find these herbs in your typical grocery store. So if you guys are in my case, today I will be sharing the 5 websites that I currently purchase my Ayurvedic herbs from. Hopefully you guys will find this helpful, so let's get into it. So the first and probably most obvious place to get these herbs is Amazon. You can find almost anything on this website, and as Ayurvedic and other medicinal herbs start to become a little bit more mainstream, the selection is only going to expand. However, when you do purchase from Amazon, it's very important to keep in mind that anybody can sell on it, and so you do have to put in a little bit more research to making sure that what you are getting is high quality and safe. What I like to do is check to see if the brand that I am about to buy from has a website, and then I will go through their website and check if they have any certifications and where they source their ingredients. I also like to go through all of their reviews and make sure that what people are getting is actually working and that nobody's getting any unusual adverse reactions from their products. So far I've come across 6 brands that I am comfortable purchasing from. The first is Anthony's Goods. I've gotten my whole fenugreek seeds from them. There is H&C. This is where I currently get my henna powder. There is Terrasol Superfoods, and their powders tend to be a lot finer, which makes it a lot easier to rinse out of your hair. There is FGO and Micro Ingredients, and they just have super top-notch, high-quality herbs that I highly recommend. And lastly, there is Better Shea Butter, and this is where I get a lot of my basic butters like cocoa butter and shea butter. Next on the list is Mountain Rose Herbs, and this is actually one of my favorite places to get my Ayurvedic herbs because I always know that I'm going to be getting top-notch stuff. This company is committed to selling only the highest quality ingredients, and all of the products go through very rigorous testing and quality control before any of them reach the shelves, and so you always know that you're going to be getting the best. I will say though that one of the downsides of Mountain Rose Herbs is that because of their commitment to only selling the highest quality ingredients is that when something goes out of stock, it can take months for it to get put back onto the shelves. For example, I was looking to buy some Irish moss from them maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and I put down my email so they can notify me when it gets back in stock. And to this day, it is still not back in stock, and that is just such a bummer because it's so hard to find that moss. Another downside of them is that a lot of their powders tend to be a little bit more coarse, and so if you do add them to, say, a deep conditioner, they can be so hard to rinse out of your hair, and so because of that, I don't always recommend purchasing their powders. Now, this next website I actually have not purchased from yet, though they are on my list of places to try, and that is Henna Souk. As you can tell by their name, they do specialize in henna, although they do have a lot of other difficult to find Ayurvedic herbs such as brinraj, shikaikai, indigo, and a bunch of others that I actually haven't even heard of. What I really like about Henna Souk is that their website has a ton of resources to help guide you through your hair care journey. So if you are new to henna, you can go onto their blog and they have loads of advice on what type of henna to buy, how to cover your grays with henna and indigo, other herbs that you can add to your henna masks, and so much more. So they are a fantastic resource for new Ayurvedic people. Alright, so next up is Bulk Apothecary, and this is where I purchase a lot of my oils and my clays from. As the name suggests, you can purchase a lot of your ingredients in bulk, which is a really great way to save some money. For example, a few years ago, I purchased 5 pounds of bentonite clay for $8 plus shipping, which is a crazy good price considering that 1 pound of bentonite clay usually runs for the same price in other locations. So I love that about this website. Now, I am a little bit more careful about purchasing my actual herbs from this website, and this is because the main brand that sells these products tends to source their ingredients from China and other areas that tend to have more heavy metals. And in my experience, they just kind of tend to be a lower quality and just not as good as the other places that I have mentioned so far. But otherwise, they do have a lot of great things, and they are another great website to look into, especially if you are trying to save some money. Alright, so last but not least, we have Etsy, and this is where I go when I just can't find the ingredient that I'm looking for anywhere else. For example, when I couldn't find my Irish moss, I was able to find it on Etsy without too much of an issue. Now, of course, along with Amazon, Etsy does allow anybody to sell on it, and so you do have to do research on each seller before you purchase their product. But I have had some pretty good luck finding really good quality ingredients without too much of an issue. But the biggest downside of Etsy is that when you do find a good seller, their products tend to be really expensive. And as much as I love supporting small farmers and small arts, craftsy people, I just don't always have the money to do so. And so Etsy is always much more of a last resort for me. So those are the 5 places that I currently purchase my Ayurvedic ingredients, and of course, if you guys would like to add on to that list, please feel free to leave your suggestions below. And in my future videos, I will make sure to leave more information about where I get my ingredients in the description box. And within these next few weeks, I will also make sure to update my previous videos as well. Otherwise, I hope you guys found this video helpful and that it wasn't too long. It has been a while, and I'm so excited to be back making videos for you guys. I hope you all are having a great start to your 2020, and I will see you all in my next video.